It's Copper Cutlass, and we got Tony's Money Green Boo here. Apparently that's what we're calling it. I got some guide coat down, just something so I could see any low and high spots. For the most part, it's pretty straight. We are going to mask off the molding. I know, shock and awe, but this ultimately was just a basic repair. It's kind of a granny fresh car, man. It's a 6.2 LS. It's gone 10s NA. This thing is fucking mint, dude. I mean, I wouldn't want to completely take this thing apart and restore it. It's got a couple little spots where it's got rust, but for the most part, you can park this thing somewhere and you'll be getting looks no matter what. It's all original. I mean, somebody clear coated it at some point. Like, you got the typical lacquer type checking up here, but on this quarter, it's got like clear coat. And then when I was sanding down there, I did find some residue of filler and acrylic red primer. But for now, I'm going to start dry blocking this, and then we're going to see how our body lines look, and we'll show you guys that in a second. Alright, so you can see I used the dark blue paint for a guide coat. I already blocked it. This session of guide coat was for the bottom side of the body line, which I always suggest to guys to finish on the bottom side of the body line, because if you push it up, it's not as noticeable, but if you knock it down, you'll see that ripple. So I'm actually going to remove this just so you guys can see that is actually our body line right there, which you are following, and that sharp edge, it's our body line all across the opening. From here, I got done dry blocking it. Now, there is some areas I couldn't exactly fix because this quarter was buckled. On top of having the big dent over here, it was buckled in here. It does the G-body shuffle. So from here, I'm going to move over to wet blocking. And then I'm going to still use tape to keep my body lines crisp. And then when I scuff the car, I'll knock down the super hard edge, and it should be mint. So we're actually moving pretty fast here. It's been a productive morning. I had to run out and get some materials, but you know what? Hopefully you guys can hear me over my fan. But yeah, I'll show you guys what this looks like once we get it all scuffed down and ready, and probably be ready to put some plastic on this thing in the next hour or so. And it's nice and cool still outside. I might paint it during the day versus at night like I want it to. So I'll let you guys go. Alright, so I got the main panel all wet sanded. We had a tape line here because I hard edged it on the corner of the quarter panel. But as you can see, we got a nice smooth surface, but you could still see the remnants of the body line. So I'm going to go ahead, tape off the top side now, and then finish wet setting the bottom half of the car. And underneath here, we're just going to scuff it, and then I got to get the car up on jack stands. I got to dry it off, blow the floor out, and then we're actually going to be ready for paint here pretty fast. So we'll see how that goes and how fast the fumes will clear out. So that's the biggest issue here. So anyways, as you can see, I like to wet sand stuff, and it gets a little messy, but I prefer it because in the shimmer of the water, you can see the panel reflection. And again, we're not shooting for perfection here. We want something nice. I did take care of a couple of extra dings and dents that were on this, and I told them, like, you know what, I intended to just fix this huge dent that was here. And then I'm like, you know what, fuck it. We're just going to do the whole thing, and we're going to make it somewhat nice. It'll definitely be an improvement over what it was, and that's where you're gonna kind of settle for mediocre. I can be a perfectionist and kill an entire day on making something perfect, but you also can just stick to your word, help somebody out, and no matter what, it's going to be hopefully appreciated. That's life, right? But in this case, I know that he's all excited. He sent me a picture of it during the week. He's just sitting there staring at the car. He's like, can't wait to get it painted. And so here we are. We're painting it. So just got to do a little bit of wet setting. I'm going to tape that off. And then once I'm done with that, I'll show you guys what that's going to look like. I got to clean up, and then we're going to start masking the whole car off. All right, guys. So it's all sanded. It's all scuffed. I cleaned the back side of the wheel opening, got all the rubber and grease out of it. I got tape on there. Amazingly, the Menards painter's tape works good if you let it sit for like a year. I am going to be using newspaper for a couple of areas, like along here, probably down here, like up, up there, down here, wheel opening, and the window. And then I do have my plastic sheathing. So everything looks good. I've wiped and wiped and wiped and degreased. I got everything masked off pretty good. As you can see, we are doing the tunnel method because we don't want to bring a bunch of clear up into the roof. We're going to bring it up into this A-pillar area, and then we're just going to kind of buff it in, and it should be good enough. I jacked the car up so I can get into the wheel opening. I brought a bunch of lights that are mine from work. But one thing that's already annoying me, I got a few bugs flying in here, but it looks like the rain is going to roll in, so I may open up the doors if it starts to downpour like it's supposed to. I may hold off once I get it masked, and if it starts to rain, that's good, because the bugs kind of tend to go away when the water's falling. So otherwise, you end up with bugs in your clear, which is something that doesn't really happen to me here because I've painted quite a few things in here. And I don't really get a lot of bugs or dirt. The air is really stagnant in this garage. There's like no airflow. That's the only thing generating airflow. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing all papered up, plasticed off, and then we're going to be ready for some color here. So pretty excited for this. We're moving along. So there you guys have it, the fucking money green boo. So we did get some dirt. The rain, I was starting to prep the car. I had the garage door open. I did not intend to paint this until later today, but it started to rain, and I'm like, shit, I got to get on it. I got one bug in it. This little fucking guy right here. And I started getting little bits of dirt, but that's my fault. I turned on the exhaust fan, and I didn't flip it the right way, so it actually blew some shit out towards the car. And I started burying, every coat of clear. After the first one, I was heavy, and I borderline almost ran it. Like, you can't really make it out right there. That little ripple, that's like the very beginning of a run. And then, like right here, you can almost make it out, that distortion right there. But it didn't sag. It's going to need a cut and a buff. And although it looks lighter, I have pictures of it out in the sun. It actually matches pretty good, considering we were trying to match to 40-year-old paint. I'm very impressed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut everything down, sand it, and I'm going to do 3,000 and 5,000, and then it'll almost mirror that finish where it's oxidized. So if I can get it perfect and just give it like a light polish, I think we'll kind of make it match the rest of the car so that it doesn't stand out. It's really shiny. It looks really good. It also shows you how much potential this car has, because I could have taken it further and blended the door, but there's rust at the bottom of that door, and he's got another frame for this car, so he's like, he doesn't want to go crazy just yet. He needs to cage it. It's ran tens a bunch of times, and so anyway, I'm gonna drop as many pictures as I can at the end of this, so enjoy.
Oh